you'll be so consistent listening to the people out there that have zero results. Their results are probably short, they're quick fixes, they're from trends, they're from diets. You'll listen to those people consistently, but you will not take action yourself consistently. How does that make sense? You can be so in your head about this diet culture. You could be listening to the diet culture and going, yeah, I should try that. Yeah, I should try that. Yeah, I should try that. And then you consistently fail, right? Your consistent failures are in alignment also with all the inconsistent people that you listen to. This is what fear does. This is what ego does, right? You are edging good out every time you allow yourself to fall short to the bullshit that's out there. And here's the problem, right? You just don't understand that there are many people that are just trying to make some quick money. There are also a lot of people that are just trying to influence you to do the thing that once worked for them, but then behind the screen, behind closed doors, they're doing something very different, right? And that's just how it is. That's honestly how it is with majority of the influencers that are out there, with majority of the people on social media. That's just how it's meant to be because they're trying to get your attention. That's the whole point. That's the whole idea, is to make it social so that you will come in and you'll comment and you'll post and you'll reshare and you'll do all these things. That is the point. But in reality, all you need to do is you need to start taking a look at yourself and having an idea of what it is that you need. When you actually are clear about what you need for your body, for your fitness, for your nutrition, for your career path, for your life, when you actually get a little bit more of an understanding, then you'll actually start going to the right people who just so happen to say the right things, right? Who are actually giving you the right information. And that's what's going to change your life. None of this quick fix stuff, right? The diet culture is just getting worse and worse. And the more you listen to those people, the more you are actually adding fuel to that fire. And it's not going anywhere, right? It's just going to get bigger and bigger. No one's going to save it. I'm not going to save it. People like me aren't going to save it. It's just going to exist forever. But what we can do is we can help you understand why it doesn't work. Anything that has 30 days, 60 days, or anything like that, anything that's like short term, right? Or for a little bit of time, anything that has that attached to it isn't going to work. What you need to find is a sustainable way of living, right? Something that's going to create longevity. So in other words, create a nutrition plan that is more of a lifestyle change. It means having foods that are going to be healthier. They're whole foods. They were once alive. They were naturally grown, right? If you're plant-based, that's fine, but stay within the means of what it is that you can consume and make it natural. And then when you do your training, make it that it is aligning with your style of living. So in other words, compound movements are always going to be helpful. Functional movements are always going to be helpful. Pick some form of endurance, whether it's you're riding your bike, whether it is that you're running or rowing or whatever it is that's out there that you enjoy, pick that and do that consistently. So that once you're actually developing the nutritional side, it's also aligning with your training, which is some strength and conditioning. And then all you need to do lastly is just tap into your mindset. You can do this easily through meditation. There's a ton of apps that are out there. You can do this through journaling. You can do this through anything that's actually going to get you in your head, get you thinking, and actually help you understand yourself. These are the things that people are missing. Then what's going to happen is you're going to be at the edge of your knowledge. The edge of your knowledge is when you have exhausted everything that you know and you then need to seek out help. And the help that you need to seek out should come from someone who is what you want to be. Maybe you aspire to be like them. Maybe you want to have the same mindset as them. Maybe you want to have the same body as them. Doesn't matter. But go and listen to the person that makes sense. Right? They have what you want. They all of the knowledge and the physicality and the mentality, all of these things. That's how you know you're actually targeting the right person to come in and then help you. And if that's not an option for you, read the books from the people that have what you want. This is an insane way for you to learn and gather a lot of information. So you can do this even just through studying, through listening to podcasts. Like you're listening to this right now, and this is the best way for you to learn exactly what you need to do. This is a step-by-step process. I'm not giving you anything that's like unique and extreme, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you exactly what to eat. What I will do is I'll tell you that you just need to do the basics and master the basics. People don't want to do basics anymore. They want to do extravagant shit. They want to go and do all this high-end bullshit just to think that they're going to get somewhere because they don't want to go back to the basics. The basics work. They've always worked, right? You want to go and do fancy-ass exercises, but in reality, if you just squat, deadlift, and then push and pull, you'll get results. You want to go and do a fancy-ass diet, but if you just actually ate whole foods that were once alive and naturally grown, you would get results. And then you want to go and get some fancy-ass bullshit like trick out there to try and help change your mindset and trick you to thinking differently. But in reality, if you actually listened to your thoughts, you wrote them down and you meditated, you would probably get results. The reason why you are stuck is because you're trying to do all the things to get you unstuck, but none of them are working because they're not right for you. Because at the end of the day, they're a short-term fix, right? And what happens when the short term is over? Are you actually fixed? Probably not. You're worse off. It happens all the time. People go and try all these things, and then they get a little bit of results, and they go back to their way of living, and they're right back at the start, if not even worse. And the reason why they're worse is because now they're scared, right? It's all those people that don't eat carbs, and then all of a sudden they eat carbs, regain all the weight back, and now they're scared of carbs. That fear didn't exist in the first place. Where did that come from? From your bullshit time doing no carbs. Right? Or you might be the person that went and ate a bunch of fat and then you got a little bit of results and then guess what? You gained it all back when you went back into your regular lifestyle and now you're scared to eat a lot of fat. Do you see how you have created fear based off the bullshit information that you're listening to? Many people do this, right? It's exactly the same as someone that goes and tries CrossFit, gets hurt, and then they blame CrossFit and then they think, well, you know what? It's because I couldn't do that and I tried it. Now I'm terrified that I'm going to get injured again. You probably had a bad coach. You probably went and did something you weren't ready for. You probably pushed your body too hard. Like, take responsibility. Like, if you could take more responsibility in your life, you would probably be further along. So it's very, very important that you take a long, hard look at what you're doing, how you're doing it, who you're listening to, and what's your process. This matters the most. So you're going to tackle your training, your nutrition, and your mentality. And then you're going to align all of those with a process. And that process has to be something that you can just start in a basic way. Just starting at anything, entry level, start there. And then grow yourself as you go. Don't try and go straight to the most extravagant things. Also, try not to just give in to diet culture because it's the biggest load of bullshit that's out there and everybody knows it. They just don't want to admit it because they make so much money off it and you are giving away all of your resources, all of your time, all of your energy to that bullshit. So that's why you got to just be careful who it is that you're listening to. So this is something that you can do on your own. And when you have exhausted your knowledge, go and seek it out in all of the ways that I've just mentioned. That's what's going to help you the most. That's what's going to get you to the next level. Because everything you want is on the other side of fear. So make a move, take an action, because you are one decision away from a completely different life.